Looking for Madden Ultimate Team coins? Buy NFL Coins has the cheapest and most reliable coins on the MUT22 market. Click the link in the description of the video and be sure to use coupon code SPORTS for 5% off your order. I got the best bomb in Madden 22. It's going to give you guys easy touchdowns against any coverage, and in this video I'm going to break down how to do it. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Duke, back here from Sportsgamerz.com, and in today's Madden 22 tip video, I'm going to break down the best bomb in the entire game. This is going to be a touchdown against pretty much every coverage in the game, and it's super easy to set up. It's the same setup for any defense. It's only one hot route. That is it. It is that easy. It's going to be out of the bunch offset. You can run this in a few different playbooks. Personally, if I want to run bunch offset, I would prefer to use the Colts playbook, but the Panthers playbook is also good too. As far as substitutions go, there's really not much to it. You just want to have your fastest receiver as the outside receiver in the bunch, and the play is the smash return, which is one of my favorite plays in the game already. Now, before we get into the video, guys, if you're enjoying my YouTube content, I do tips and gameplays and news for Madden 22 on a daily basis, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, drop us a like on the video. If we can get to 250 likes on this video, I'll post another crazy explosive money play, and it just helps me out a lot as a content creator. So, we're going to go over how to beat every defense out there, every coverage out there. I want to start with cover 2. So, cover 2 is super easy to beat. There's not much to it. You guys can see here, it's just simple cover 2. You actually want to have your bunch lined up on the wide side of the field, and your bunch on the short side of the field. Now, guys that run bunch, you should know that you always want to come out with it on the short side, and then a lot of times you're going to flip it to have your bunch on the wide side. Well, most defensive players know when you come out with it on the short side, you're probably flipping it to the wide side, but this bomb actually works with it on the short side. So you can block the running back. That is optional if you want better protection, but you don't have to do that. All you have to do is put your outside receiver on a post route, and you can do this two different ways. You could either have a hot route master at quarterback. We obviously don't have that here. Or you could just have the outside apprentice ability for the post hot route. Now, before I show you guys how this works against every defense, just a reminder, you guys definitely want to check out Sportsgamerz.com if you're enjoying my Madden 22 content. That's where I post all my premium Madden 22 tips, eBooks, offensive and defensive schemes. We do 4 to 6 tips every week in the Madden Vault, and we have eBooks for both current and next gen. So no matter what system you're on, you're going to be covered. We also just released our Sportsgamerz Madden VIP membership, which gives you access to the entire site. Every ebook, every tip, our meta reports too, for only $19.99. So you're going to be covered no matter what. If there's a patch, whatever, you're always going to get our newest and up-to-date schemes. We currently have, I believe, 8 ebooks out on the site. About to be 9 in the next day or two once our new scheme is released. So I will put the link in the description and in the comments. Check that out for sure. So let's look at how this works starting against cover 2 once again. And we'll just go over every coverage there is. So here we go. We're just going to sit in the pocket, as you guys can see. Cover 2 is just, it's not even close. Basically what happens is, and you're going to notice this regardless of the zone coverage, to be quite honest, whoever is in a deep zone on the right side of the screen, he just doesn't get deep enough because really he's respecting the corner route, and he's not really recognizing that the post is coming over the middle late into the area he should be guarding. He just does not recognize that. He pays too much attention to the corner. And you'll notice this from other zones as well. This happens regardless. Now, I do want you guys to note, there are other good reads on this play. I mean, you have a quick little drag. You could actually drag him if you don't like that he stops. You have the corner route. You have the route coming back over the middle, which is the return. I mean, you could make all sorts of route combos you want. You could even do an out route if you wanted over there to work with the corner. It doesn't really matter, but this is just the easiest way to run it, so you can quick snap them for the easy touchdown, as you guys can see. There is nobody in the screen. We are over the top for a huge touchdown. And you guys, I'm just going to zoom out so you can see how much separation we had here. I mean, the defenders were literally out of the screen almost yards and yards and yards behind us. There's no way they're going to be able to catch us from behind here. All right, guys, now let's look at how to beat man-to-man. So man-to-man is essentially going to be the same thing as cover 2. The only difference is now, obviously, you have a man defender to beat. So as long as you can beat your defender, get separation, obviously the safety's still going to get glitched out because he's basically in the deep half the same way a cover two deep half was. It's just now it's man coverage across the board, but it's still the same deep half by the safety. This is a man beating route in general, this post. So honestly, like, you shouldn't really worry too much about beating that. The one thing I should say is that if you can put an ability on your receiver, especially if you're in MUT, to line up on the post route to get more separation. But honestly, this route just generally, as you guys can see here, I don't, have any problems getting this up over the top for an easy touchdown. Now, the other thing about this that I should mention is obviously your quarterback comes into play here. You definitely want someone with good throw power because, this is a deep ball. And, obviously, yes, gunslinger would be preferred. You guys can see here I have a 70 overall quarterback in practice mode right now doing this. So it's not like you have to have the best quarterback in the world. He has 84 throw power. Absolutely horrendous and is still getting the job done. But, when you do play MUT, obviously the defenses in MUT are juiced. So you're going to need a better quarterback in MUT. And regs, it's not a big deal because because when you play regs, the ratings are lower in general because, there's not theme teams and strategy cards and all that nonsense that's in MUT. But if you do play MUT, you definitely got to pay more attention to who your personnel is because there's, people have God squads in MUT. It just is what it is. So now here's cover four. Cover four, essentially the same thing is going to happen. This safety over here, you see this guy, I don't know why the play art's getting messed up, but see this guy right here? He's going to get glitched out just like the cover two. Cover four doesn't get glitched out as bad as cover two, so this is definitely somewhere where having a better quarterback with more throw power would be helpful, but it still should work. I will say, though, remember, quarterback definitely is important. As you guys can see here, I'm able to get this over the top, but it was a little bit closer than cover two was, and it's just because, for whatever reason, the deep half does get glitched out more than a quarter zone. Still, they both do get glitched out, so, luckily, it's glitched out regardless. But like I said, if this was MUT and this was a super fast DB with very high zone, you definitely would need a quarterback with good throw power to consistently make this. In regs, like I said, it doesn't matter as much because players across the board just aren't as souped up, so it's not a big deal. But, this still was very good separation. It just wasn't like cover two when they were not even basically in the screen. He was a few yards behind us. Easy touchdown, though. So far we've shown you cover two, we've shown you man, and we've shown you cover four. Last thing I want to look at is cover three, and then I do want to show you guys what would happen if they did blitz you, how you could utilize some other reads on this play so you weren't forced to always go for the bomb after I break down how this works against cover three. So make sure you stay tuned in this video so I can show you some other things you can do with this play other than just the bomb if they do end up blitzing you. So cover three is pretty self-explanatory, I should say. Basically, all you got to do is, again, we're just posting the receiver on the outside of the bunch. It's simple. But we just wait for him to run by the safety in the middle of the field. The corner on the right side of the screen, he's going to have to pay more attention to that corner route. So as soon as we run by that safety, bam, just lead it up into the sideline. You should get a rat catch for a touchdown there. I might have been tackled at the goal line. Maybe I fell in. Don't really know for sure. But, again, that just comes down to the throw power. Again, you saw my ratings for this quarterback is absolutely horrible. So, you have to take it with a grain of salt because he's obviously not going to be able to throw the same passes that a great quarterback would, yet you're still seeing that it does work. So I kind of wanted to get a team that didn't have the best personnel just to show you, even with, the skins, we're able to make this work. And now here, this is probably the least separation we've had, maybe a yard or two, and that's why we got tackled from behind. I guess we fell down inside the one. I guess we probably would have been at the goal line. But that's fine. Still a huge play, and we'd be able to run it in, obviously with just probably one or two run plays on the goal line, not too hard. Now, like I did say, there are other things you can do on this play in case they did blitz you. So, maybe, they came out, brought some pressure at you, and you just really didn't have time to just, go through all of the time it takes to wait for this guy to get open, right? Well, this is when you probably would want to re-drag the slot guy and maybe do an out route to this receiver over here in the bunch. This would be a setup that would still get your bomb off, and it would be 2 extra hot routes. But by doing this, and if they did blitz you, you could just have some quicker reads here. Obviously, if they're not going to guard the drag route, you can throw the drag. But really, you know, they're probably going to user that with the guy that they're usering over the middle. They're probably just going to go run with that drag route. So in a situation like that, if they did, again, that's kind of why I like the out route over here with the corner, is then I'm just reading if they have a hard flat or a cloud flat, because, you know, there's really not going to be a way for them to have both if they're blitzing me on one side of the field. Now, that time, my running back just decided to block nobody. You got to love it, man. Yeah, I didn't even try to really block the blitz here. This contain blitz is so stupid, but there are ways to block it with the running back, don't get me wrong. But anyways, just take a look at the routes. The flat was open right away, and my corner route was going to be open as it broke to the sideline. So as long as you can give yourself a little bit of time, you can just make the read between those two players. Both of them actually were open, just at different points of the play in that example. Anyways, guys, I hope you love this bomb play. If you did, smash that like button. Remember, guys, let's get them likes up. Until next time, it's Duke. I'm out of here.